Well, hi everyone. Welcome to the Buffett and Beyond Research Saturday Stock Market Recap. And this is September 20th, 2025. And remember, folks, if you want to live on this beach like Jimmy Buffett once did, you've got to learn how to invest even better than Warren Buffett does now. And this week, the market, wow, what a week. The Fed lowered interest rates and said there would probably be 2 more cuts this year. They're worried about the weakening job market, which began last year, and this is the first we heard about that. Now, is the Fed too late in beginning to lower interest rates? That's the question, and we just won't know that answer until we get toward the end of the year to see what that job market does. And our weekly stock analysis video, well, Ulta Beauty is doing very well. The problem is the great earnings are not growing over the next couple of years here. The stock itself is doing great, which is what we want to see. It's certainly a better than average stock, but we would like to see stocks that have their earnings that are growing. And the ETF video, well, the semiconductor ETF is up over 7% this past week. Our top 5 stocks in the XSD ETF, which is a semiconductor ETF, are up over 70% this year to date. Now, that kind of return is not too hard to take, and I wish I had invested in my own research with this particular ETF. So, folks, let's get right to it. And first of all, let's look at the S&P 500, and we have the volatility bands, and the volatility bands have stretched out. And we were talking last week, let's go right in here, we were talking last week about this index was way above the 20-day moving average, which is right here. And we thought there would be a reversion to the mean. Well, there was a reversion toward the mean, not all the way to it, but toward the mean, and it lasted about 20 seconds, and then it popped right back up again to close at a slight loss for the day, for that particular day. And now here we are into Friday, and I'm recording this before the market closes, and we're sitting pretty much at the top of that band right there, and we're at a new high for this index. So we'll see if it holds throughout the day. Look down here, this green line, this is the up volume, or the volume on an up day, and it increased very, very nice the other day. We don't see anything here today because the market has not closed yet, and this chart doesn't fill in until the close of the market. This intermediate term indicator down here is moving up. Very, very nice. So that's what we like to see. Now the S&P 500, we want to look at this top indicator, and it is doing just stuck up there. Now come back all the way back here. Yeah, it was slightly declining little by little, but the market was going up and up and up and up until it had that one break for lasted 4 days and then took off again. And look how far above, over here again, look how far above this is above the 20-day moving average. So we think a reversion to the mean could have come at any time, but the trend is up. So this is the 20-day moving average, this is the 50-day moving average, this all the way down here, 200-day moving average. So it looks good, folks. And the QQQs, and that is the NASDAQ 100 stocks, and you can see how far above the 20-day moving average it was, and you can see also the reversion to the mean, which we were talking about last week. And yeah, this didn't last, maybe a couple of hours or something like that. The problem is that the up volume right after that down day was not as high as on that down day, which is okay. And today's not finished yet, so we don't know where this will end. But we want to see that volume up there higher than it has been in the past. So this was good volume on this particular day, and we'll see how the day closes. But it looks pretty good for the weekend, so enjoy it. Let's look at the SPY. It is sitting at 662 as I'm recording this, up 5 points this week. Don't forget the September put expired, so during the week we bought the December 19th 560 put, and as you can see, as the market goes higher, we raise our puts as we roll them out. So this covers, again, this put right here has expired, so we just have these 3, and this is almost a $200,000 portfolio now. So that's what we're looking at. That portfolio protection is there should we ever need it. It's kind of like having fire insurance on your house. Someday you may need it, hopefully never will. And then when we look at the QQQs, they're up 12 points this week. They had a very nice move because of those semiconductors that were up. As you can see in the ETF video, that the semiconductor with the S&P up about 0.68%, so about less than 0.75%. The ETF for the semiconductor was up 7%. That's unbelievable. And of course, a lot of those stocks from the QQQs, that's why they're up 12 points, where the S&P is up only, or the the SPYs are up only 5 points. And again, the September put expired, so we have October, November, and December puts just in case. And you can see that it has been moving up because the market has been getting stronger. So folks, we had a good week this week. So go out, enjoy yourself, forget about the market, go spend some of that money you made this week, be with your loved ones, and most of all, be safe. And we'll see you right back here in a couple of days. And remember, if you want to live on this beach like Jimmy Buffett once did, you've got to learn how to invest better than Warren Buffett does now. Okay, see you folks.